Okay, not deep enough on when they banned the dunk in college. I'll look it up. But anyway, to surmise what I talked about so far, the sports in America, I'm not a fan of it. I'm a fan of the sport itself, but I'm not a fan of the marketing. I'm not a fan of the structure and the system of it, and especially the way they pay the players and stuff like that. I'm not a fan of it. The NBA at least guarantee the contracts. The NFL does not guarantee those contracts. Um, and the white quarterbacks are getting way too much goddamn money for no production. You know, and they fall over themselves to get them contracts, and they rip their contracts up and give them contracts before they even do a contract, and they never have to argue for it. You know, but the black quarterback, Lamar Jackson, have to go out there and prove it. You know, we're not sure. He may get hurt, you know, and all that stuff. Made Lamar prove it for his contract. Made Dak Prescott prove it for his contract. I never seen a white quarterback have to go out there and prove it. You know, no matter what they do, no matter how sorry it is. Carson Wentz done made so much money. Kirk Cousins done made so much money. It'll make you throw up. Fitzpatrick done made so much money. And again, it's because again, when I grew up watching football, I mean, if the guys got $5 million, that was like wow, you know, that was a hell of a contract, you know, and then to see and then to know that even before that, you know, a lot of black people, man, they sweat and die for this raggedy old league, and then now to see that people walking in making 20 million a year, 25, 30 million, 40 million now a year for mediocre quarterback play. You know, that's ridiculous. Randall Cunningham ain't never had a payday like this. You know, and these guys was thrilling players. These guys actually was actually trying to win championships and do stuff. And again, they would try to make those guys receivers. That was when I was a kid growing up. You know, that most black quarterbacks that was really good. They would make them into, oh, well, we're not doing that kind of style of quarterback, and they don't want a quarterback to run. You know, unless it was Steve Young or John Elway. You know, when they ran, it was, oh, what, that's the extra dimension that they bring to the team. Look at that run. Oh, my God, that run. You know, that bullshit. But then Randall Cunningham run, they point out down the field, Gene Deckerhoff. I'm sorry, Gene Deckerhoff is one of my favorite announcers for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He does the radio play for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Not Gene Deckerhoff. Some Deckerhoff. Some mustache white dude, these dudes announcing and stuff, they would always go and point out, oh, this receiver down the field is open, Randall missed this guy, he's not giving the offense a chance, you know. And again, it wasn't but a handful of quarterbacks. I didn't appreciate Randall Cunningham, not Randall Moon, Warren Moon. I didn't appreciate Warren Moon because he was a pocket passer. But again, as I grew and developed and started appreciating football, got more nuance to it. Yeah, Warren Moon was a hell of a quarterback. Jeez Louise, Warren Moon was a hell of a quarterback. He's a pocket passer though, and I still prefer quarterbacks that run and move and can elude. You know what I mean? That's just the kind of football that I like. You know, which is why I can't get too mad at the NFL, the white owners and the white coaches and everything in the NFL, because you know, if I was coaching and I had to pull and say so of what's going on, yeah, my team would look hella black. You know, they were like, man, you never had a white quarterback, really? You know, I was like, really? What? They were like, yo, coaching staff, man, everybody looked pretty dark back then. I was like, what? I picked the best coach. You know, they just happened to be people of color. You know what I mean? Because that's what I'm comfortable around. You know, so again, and again, if I was coaching, my son would be coaching. You damn right. My son, my nephews, and whoever else that show interest in football, they'll be coaching or managing or some kind of something. You know what I mean? So. You know, and again, they get mad at that one basketball guy, LeVar Ball. I love LeVar Ball. I love what he did. You know what I mean? Like he said, man, I played it from the beginning. His wife down as tall as him. You know what I mean? So he knew his boy was gonna be tall. You know, so he knew he was making basketball players. And you see the reaction that he get from regular what's the name, from regular media, regular everything. Because he try to go outside the system. He didn't go through Nike and all that stuff and Adidas to do his shoes. He did his own shoes. You know, because once you got in the media and you got people looking at you, you don't need a company like that to do the stuff. You can do it yourself. You know, I got nothing but respect for LeVar Ball and the stuff that he's doing with his sons and stuff, the way he handled his sons and managed his sons and promoted his sons. and stuff. That was amazing. I loved it. I love watching LeVar do his thing, and I wish him and his sons nothing but success, man. Um, Speaking of the NBA and basketball, still talking about sports entertainment, focusing on the NFL, but LeBron James. Love me some LeBron James, man. LeBron James stick up for Black Lives Matter. LeBron James keeping it clean. You know what I mean? He got his little wife from high school. And that's beautiful, man. Got beautiful black kids, got a beautiful black wife. And again, the man don't get in no trouble. The man stand up for black issues and black stuff. He started a school for children, for disadvantaged kids, and their family. You know, because again, how you gonna help out a disadvantaged kid and not help out his mom and dad? You know what I mean? Bull, duh, right? LeBron James, man. And they criticize that brother to no end. You know, not everybody, because again, he got a lot of people that respect and admire the brother, but a lot of people on the flip side of the coin, for some reason, just don't like LeBron James. You know, you think he out there beating up kids and stuff or something. You know, but again, I respect and admire much of what LeBron James do, and the way the brother carry himself. But that system in the NFL, man, that system, especially that coaching system, one of the worst things about it is that when I was a kid growing up, again, we didn't think about coaching. You know what I mean? Coaching wasn't something that the average black kid thought about growing up. Well, speaking for myself again, I didn't think about coaching. Coaching wasn't something that I was even interested in for the most part. I wanted to play. You know, playing was the thing. Play. You know, you want to be a player. You want to be part. You know, you want to be a competitor. In that sense. But coaching is a great thing, man. When we grew up, I grew up in Sarasota, Florida. Sarasota is right next to a neighboring town is Manatee, which is Bradenton, Manatee County, which is Bradenton, Florida. Palmetto, a bunch of little cities. But long story short, these two towns got a history. The high schools, well, when schools were segregated, the one black school in Sarasota was Booker High School, Emma E. Booker, not Booker T. Washington, but Emma E. Booker, a black educator from the area, has a school named after her. I went to that school. My mom and dad went to that school. All my uncles and aunties went to that school on both my daddy and mama's side. It was the only school they could go to. That was the school that George Bush was out at during 9/11 when they whispered in his ear, hey, the tower's been hit. He was at Emma E. Booker, the new Emma E. Booker, but still Emma E. Booker. That was our school, man. And the neighboring town, Manatee, in Manatee County, was Lincoln. That was the black schools, and I just sit around listening to my uncles and tell stories about, man, we used to play them. You know, the black schools played each other. It was Lincoln was one of the black schools, and there was one in Tampa called Blake. They would play them. My uncle would just tell me stories about the days when they would go up there and kick their ass. Booker Tornadoes, baby. Purple and gold. I got a mosquito flying around in here. It's say old man slow too. Yeah, this mosquito, I never catch him like that. But coaching, Manatee, the area where I'm from, there's a all right. One of the great high schools in the area where I'm from. There's several. Southeast High School, which is in Bradenton. Manatee High School, which is in Bradenton. Sarasota High School had many good teams here and there. Riverview High School in Sarasota was definitely a powerhouse, especially in the 80s and 90s. And there was one more. Oh, Booker, yeah. Booker came up. Booker was a scrub. You know, again, my underdog thing. But Booker came up when I was attending Booker, but then it's a long story. I didn't attend for long. But all my friends and people that I grew up with played, and it was beautiful to watch them play and bring Booker into prominence. And for the little bit, because I was associated with him, I'll be walking and I will be in the town with a lot of the football players and stuff, and I would get